Yo, what's up, Pich?
Nothing, just hanging out in the kitchen wearing a mic as usual.
As per usual.
Yep.
I was thinking we haven't done a great cold open lately.
You're right. What do you have in mind?
I don't know, but it's got to be chilly.
I work in ice rinks all day, so what about this?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, let's check the fridge. Yeah, he likes it. It's too hot, Markel. Stay in there. Cool down.
Welcome, everybody, to Court Cousins, episode 42. We're going to try our best. This is Court Cousins. My name is Kyle. I'm joined, as always, by my cousin, my co-host, Jason the Pich.
And on this WrestleMania weekend, we are ready to stand and deliver a great episode 42 for you today.
And we're going to try our best, Pich. I said at the top, I'm doing this thing. I don't want to oversell. But we're going to try our best today on our show, 42, Chuma, Are You OK? Check-in. We're going to do a social media roundup. We're going to go back to Cousins Court, which I'm looking forward to. We haven't put anyone on trial in a minute. Today we are.
Okay.
We'll wrap up this segment of the Court Cousins Championship, and don't go anywhere, you scallywags, you second cousins. Stick around for the large ending. Before any of that hilarity and hijinks, do need to shout out, special shout out to our All-Stars and our second cousins on the Patreon. Shout out to Magic Player History. It's not okay to say Okiki, Wiffle, Andy, Dylan Holden, Drum, Rafael Perez, Breadhead, Al, Matthew Bell, Dan Young, Gloria and Damian, Cotter, and Yachty.
Order in the court. Oh, see, we have that coming up later, but that was on my list of just so worked out that way. It was on my list of pre-approved.
It was on the teleprompter. You had to read it.
And it is. I stand by it. There should still be order in this court, and there will be today.
Thanks so much for your support, whatever it is. If you're liking this video to spread the Orlando Magic gospel to more people, thank you very much. If you're subscribed so you see all the videos coming up and can watch them, thank you very much. But if you can, get on over to that Patreon community. We're $7 away from our $200 goal, and at that goal, we're going to be doing 2 giveaways a month, not just the one. So, help us reach those goals. We really want to just keep making the show better, and we appreciate everything you've been doing. There's some fun outtakes, exclusive content on the Patreon, and I think most importantly and coolest for me at least is we get input from the Patreon community about what happens in the show, and they kind of help shape it.
Right, so my favorite part of the Patreon is the outtakes. Yours is the intake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all right. I like that. Okay. So, before we get into any of the Orlando Magic talk, Pich, we're cousins. I care how you're doing. And I want to know, sir, how are you doing for the Chuma Are You OK? Check-in?
Well, so what you've done right here is I've posted up, you've handed the ball inside to me, and I've got it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw it right back to you.
What?
I want to know how you're doing for the Chuma Are You OK gauge.
You're going to reset. You're going to get reset down.
Yeah, I'm going to reset. I'm going to pop back out to you. I'm going to reset.
Okay. And
maybe you'll throw it back into me. I'm going to repost again.
Okay.
Just get a whole semi-pro thing going.
Back and forth. My Chuma Are You OK? Check-in. I have a Chuma just hanging out on the couch. He's watching some college basketball there, where we've got the Final Four happening. Our UConn Huskies, my UConn Huskies in Connecticut here. It's like the closest team we have to an NBA, closest thing we have to a professional basketball team. UConn Huskies basketball is pretty close to religion for some people in Connecticut. So definitely going to be excited. Just the lady's away. She's hanging out with friends in the Poconos. So it's just me, just chumaing out on the couch, taking some veg time, some calm time, just to watch some TV, watch some NCAA basketball, and kind of unwind. So I'm looking forward to I'm in kind of a mellow mood. I'm giving myself permission to veg this weekend, which isn't always easy for me. Sometimes I feel shame or guilt when I'm just like doing nothing, which is something I got to work on. Perfectionism bullshit. But yeah, I'm giving myself, it's a rainy day. That also helps.
Oh.
So I'm excited.
I could have slept forever today.
I know. I'm excited.
Whenever it's a day like this, I can just sleep forever.
Just go back in the covers and just get tucked in. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the show, but I'm also pumped to get back on the couch.
We've had plenty of couch time. It's 3 p.m.
I know, dude. I know, but I want more right now. Pich, how are you doing, man, for the Chuma Are You Okay check-in? Back to the post.
Okay, well, now that I'm reset, I've reset with the psychological check-in. Because I'm coming with Cole.
What?
I mentioned it last show.
What?
I'm done with the OKK check-ins.
What?
I'm moving on forward. And I'll tell you what, it's a good time to do it because as I've done here, I've taken this picture. We didn't know it, but we were both focused on the college aspects here today. I've got a picture of Cole back when he was with North Carolina. And this works on a lot of levels because he has blown past the defense here, right? And he's about to make some up and under move that we don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
But some stuff is behind him that he's glad is behind him. And also his college days are behind him. And also for me, the OKK check-in is behind me. And also I've decided to move on from my job. So for me, that's a lot of that stuff is behind. Again, not sure where this shot's going to land or how this is going to end up, but positive and happy to be past those gentlemen that are come flying at him from everywhere and rather take my chances with this up and under move than staying back behind 3 men on defense. So trying to be optimistic about where this is going because I know some bad is now going to be behind me. So
you'll finish with some nice English off the glass. I have utmost confidence that sucker's going in.
And not a Euro step, just one step, no traveling from me. And I'm not European, so I can't do it. So you can.
No travel for you this time because a lot of times when you get to these points in your life, you'll travel.
That's true. That's true.
But not this time.
Approved travel.
Maybe, maybe not. We don't know.
I like to dribble when I'm moving, so I don't know. There are rules.
So what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Should we move on, as Pich said, from the Chuma Are You Okay check-in? Are we moving permanently to the psychological check-in?
I think you got to get minutes with the team to be a part of this or be just such an overwhelming personality like Rolo was.
Right.
That like, it's a good time.
Okay.
So,
well, Cole checks both of those boxes.
We've used every Chuma picture possible. Originally, this started out with us just kind of finding Rolo pictures.
Right.
And then we had to get creative in Canva because we were running out.
Yep.
And Chuma's been pretty much all Canva.
Yeah.
So this is just a picture I selected from Cole's Instagram of him just driving it. I feel like that was the whole spirit of this thing.
Get back to the roots.
Let's get back to the roots.
Okay. But I still want to know, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Are you all right? Are you good to move on to the psychological check-in? I'll dig it. I dig it. We can do it. We can do it. All right. Without any further ado, let's now get in to the social media roundup, that segment where we scour the interwebs for your intriguing posts, tweets about our beloved Orlando Magic squad. And we're going to start with something that we don't like to talk about, but it's just too damn funny.
I got to tell you, I'm happy this is making an end because I pulled this just to show you for a laugh. And you're like, no, that's in there. And I'm like, whoa, all right.
It's too good. It's too good. I mean, this is from 407 MPH on Instagram here. I need a man who don't play. Me, Jonathan Isaac, just sitting there on the bench in street clothes.
It's good.
It's so laugh. Bad. It's good. Like, it's so good. Like, it's the situation's so bad that this joke is good. I'm just, I feel for J.I. Kind of. I mean, he's as much as you can feel for like a multi-millionaire who is like set and stable and secure. He's going for his dream, and it keeps every little thing. He keeps running in these injuries. And I'm also just bummed for us as Orlando Magic fans because the flashes you see from J.I., especially on defense, are phenomenal. I think we had like a 700 win percentage when J.I. came back from his games, even only playing those 10 minutes. He impacts the game.
His interior defense is stellar. The way he can switch on and off guys. He definitely has something inside him that is better than other people. He's got a real nose for defense that's impressive. Yeah. Everybody always jokes about, oh, well, he's got a lot of money. It's hard to feel bad for him. This is a guy who's trying to make his dream come true, worked hard, tried to come back. His body's just not physically able to do it, I hope, at this point, and it seems like he does. He has enough support system around him that, like, he's going to find something else to do even if he can't play basketball anymore, which is kind of what I figure is probably the plan. I don't know. Maybe he's going to just try to make another comeback.
He is. He's trying.
Do your thing. But, like, for us, I feel like we need to try to just move past this and go forward. And, like, we've given a lot of guys a chance. We brought a lot of guys in that other teams have given up on, and it's worked out. And we've been doing that for a long time, but we're not really in that position anymore. We're trying to make steps forward, and we can't be taking waivers on checking everybody to see if they still got any game left. You know, at some point we need guys with game to just come in and be a part of our squad. And, you know, it's a lot of it's a roster spot. It's money. I feel like we have a lot of other roster spots, but we're going to easily move to keep him if we want to, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see, man. You make a great point, Pich. The last couple years we've been in a fantastic spot to give guys a tryout, as it were, give people some burn, and also just kind of maintain that spot for JI. But as you allude to, those spots are dwindling and dwindling now, and we have 2 picks potentially in this upcoming draft. So
we've already seen their times come for, you know, Mo Bamba and RJ Hampton, and you can kind of get the vibes that's feeling that way on Chuma at this point. And I feel like even guys like Admiral and now Jay Scrub, those are available roster spots. So if at the end of the day they feel like they still have a spot to take a chance on JI, I think they might, because I think he's been ingrained in this
culture and system,
everything for so long that just
why not, man? You know? We may as well. You can't
have all those other guys and him too. Right. Like, something's got to give.
Well, the something that has to give right here, and this is the information we need to remember from Orlando Magic HQ, is that the 23-24 contract is guaranteed at $7.6 million.
Yeah, that's all right.
That becomes fully guaranteed on January 10th to $17 million at that point.
Ooh, see, that's a problem.
So if it sound, you know, Weltman and Hammond are gonna need to make a decision by then. And for JI, it's been like, hey man, the runway has been super long, and now we actually do have the end of the runway coming up, and you're gonna like go over and fall into the water or whatever's at the end of your runway here. I don't know.
I think this is a key news piece put up by Magic HQ, which is where I get most of my Magic news at this point. Can't hit that 110-24 if he's not playing.
Well, he has to like start the season.
Yeah. If he has an off season, he comes back and he plays and he can play well. Let him have it.
Right.
But if not, it's got to be over before then.
So he's just got to come ready to play, season opener, have a few healthy months.
Yeah.
And then
there's a deadline. It's 9 months away. All we need to do is see you start the season, be healthy, and be able to be a part of this team. But
yeah, that's been a problem up until now.
I was going to say, I know Magic fans in general are always worried about the injury, but with him, I don't usually worry about the injury stuff. But like, I'm like, hey, it's too much.
So this is it. We're done.
I mean,
we're not talking about this until
this is it for me.
Opening day, see if he's in the roster, and then January 10th, we're done. We're not talking
if you can be a part of our team and work out until that part where you get that money, then it's probably going well.
Yeah, I'm not.
If he doesn't get it, things fell apart and he can't go, and that's fine either way. I'm sure he's going to be fine, and so is the team.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're in a good spot.
We just want the clarity of knowing: are we going forward with you or without you? Are you in or are you out? Like, I think he wants that too, to be honest.
For sure. It's just crazy to think. I mean, a year and a half ago, before we drafted Paolo, I'm thinking Jonathan Isaac is one of the cornerstones of moving forward in the franchise, and now we're in a good spot where it's like, yeah, I wish him, if it doesn't work out, wish you well, buddy.
Sure.
You know, we tried and see you later, but it's crazy that we're here, and it's a good thing because it indicates how much talent we have on this roster.
Yeah.
And how bright the future really is, right?
I'm optimistic because I know that they finally let go of Mo Bamba, who I thought also they felt like was going to be a piece of doing this whole thing. So it's clear that they're evaluating guys, figuring out who's going to fit, who's not, and then moving on. So like, they will have a good sense of how much they want to risk on going forward with JI. And there really isn't any risk until January date. So might as well see how it goes.
Okay. Well, hopefully we won't be bidding farewell to Jonathan Isaac. Hopefully we'll be seeing him healthy, and hopefully we'll be welcoming here some new Magic fans into the community. This is me trying to convert the next generation of Magic fans out here in Connecticut with about 6 or 7 of my students, just mean mugging, hanging out right before March Madness, where we had the student versus staff basketball game. The students did very well, man. We have some good 7th graders, but it was just fun to, they all asked me to bring in jerseys because it was also sports day. So they, some of them watch the podcast from time to time and chime in and things. So I definitely am trying to do the Lord's work out here, everyone. We're trying to just turn Connecticut blue. And I'm not talking about Democratic. I'm talking about we're trying to turn them Orlando Magic blue here.
From a guy who usually works blue on this show. Just want to let you kids know. Don't talk the way he does on the show sometime.
Yeah, no, they know. Hey, they know. We talk about code switching. We talk about appropriate context. They know I curse like a sailor sometimes. I tell them that in school class. It's like, look, this is a professional setting. You're not going to catch me cursing here. But y'all know, y'all watch the podcast. You know your boy can curse.
Right.
But that's a whole different thing. That's
if Daniel
really
Gafford goes off on us inside, you're going to be like, shit.
Yeah, exactly. Which he always will. All right. So those young ones probably don't have a hot take yet. Their Magic knowledge isn't quite there yet, as much as I'm trying. But Orlando Magic HQ asked, what's your hottest take of the Orlando Magic that would put you in this position? And it's Franz Wagner facing off a bunch of swords. Essentially, what unpopular take do you have on the Orlando Magic? And this post just kind of blew up. Awesome for them. Great interaction with the community. Everyone posting interesting hot takes out there. So I was curious, Pich, what's your unpopular Orlando Magic take? Do you have one?
I mean, pass. I don't.
Okay.
Orlando Magic Twitter has gotten such to be a toxic place right now. I was actually laughing about it with Yachty earlier on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's not a safe place right now. Like everybody's not as chill as they should be for what is the end of a pretty good growing season.
Yeah.
Putting us in the right direction for next year. And it's weird. So a post like this really just is saying, hey, everybody, come lay your head on this chopping block. We're not going to chop it off. But yeah, you are. Because all that's happening from that is everyone's spinning off into their own hate discussions about, this is absurd. Why would you do that? And it's like, why are we doing
here for it?
Why
I'm
are we
here
doing
for
this?
it.
It's
I'm
dumb.
here for it. Here we go.
I don't feel like there should be, my hottest hot take is that
Yeah.
don't buy it. Just skip this. I saw this and I just skipped this one. Like I never would have
Wow.
put this
Well,
in
you're the
social
one that
media
came
around that.
on the show on a win, and it was talking about how we didn't play well.
Those are facts. It's not hot takes when you're just bringing facts. A hot take is like something that like you just feel like it's a
Okay.
vibe. So mine is that like I just say skip posts like this and move on with your life.
Whack. That's no fun. Mine is, and I don't know if maybe this isn't that hot. I don't. What do you think?
It's not.
Let
It's
me
not
know
hot.
if this is. I don't think it's hot. Bull is done on this team.
I think a lot of people feel that way. I don't think it's hot.
It's not my heart necessarily.
Right.
I'd like them to have another go at it, another bite at the apple. But as we just talked about in the Jonathan Isaac discussion, the spots on the bench on the roster are dwindling down. They're not going to be available to have guys getting burned just out here getting test runs. It's just not happening anymore. We're going to be competing next year. And Bull hasn't shown himself to be able to play within the flow of our offense. And on defense, he's a liability.
Yeah.
Especially on the perimeter. I mean, I know Magic 1, 2, 3. You're going to bring up that he defends the 3-point percentage well, and opponents don't shoot well. But that's
One
just
of our
because
few
he's so
defenders who does that
long.
well. Yeah.
It's not because he plays great perimeter defense. It's because when guys shoot, he's just long and he gets a hand out there.
That matters.
Yeah, but look at the other stats. They're shooting above average everywhere else on the floor from him. So it's like, I don't know. I don't put a lot of stock in that. I just don't. I see we've all seen the flashes.
Yeah, I love his ability to be able to score.
But he
might be our new Torch.
Maybe, but Torch was different because he was the guy who would work within something. He would come off screens and shoot. And Bull needs chaos. It seems like he needs just absolute chaos. And we're moving away from that, thankfully. Right? Thankfully, that's what we were all asking for at the beginning of the year when it was chaos and when Bull was really shining. We're like, we can't have this. We need some more set plays on offense. We need Markelle to come back. Please, God, Markelle, come back right now. So yeah, I think, Bull has some potential, but he's still got some years he needs to develop. And I don't think we have the spot here. He might be able to like kick around the league on some of the bottom dwellers for another year or two, and then he's going to be able to really compete in the league. But we just don't have the time to facilitate that for him, I don't think.
Yeah, if he's not getting run now, and we just talked about the possibility of a healthy JI coming back next year, where does he even find minutes? He might be better off going somewhere else where he could get minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
Right now, it doesn't seem like
like a San Antonio or like a Houston or someone that's not really going to be competing that much next year again.
But either way, I'm sure if you brought that to that post and you put that out as your hot take, I think you'd be fine. I don't think anyone, no one would chop your head off for that one.
No, well, thank you. I don't know if you were sharpening the spears. All right, let's move on to some Cole Anthony talk. Yes. Here we go. Everyday Carter wrote, It's really not personal at all. It's the fact that we have better young talents and an amazing opportunity to snag a star player with our money this offseason. If you waste $15 million of our cap on Cole Anthony, you're locking into the middle of the pack roster. And Greg Anthony, Papa Anthony, says sarcastically, I agree with this person. He really knows his stuff. I mean, maybe just trade him. Like, what are we doing? Cole is as Cortez P reminds us, he's leading the league in percent of bench points scored. 41% of our bench points are coming from Cole Anthony. His month of March, 16 points, 5.5 boards almost, 3.5 assists almost, 49% from the field, 42% from three. Tearing it up lately.
Yeah, I mean, he's been killing it. I don't understand why you wouldn't try to find some money to give him to continue to be, I mean, he's one of the leading 6 men in the NBA right now at this point. Like he's not going to win that award, but I mean, he's in the convo. Yeah. He's like the 5th in the league for scoring off the bench total. So, I mean, what do you need? What are you looking for? He's not part of the mid problem. You know, at one point when him and Bull were really cooking together, they were doing some scoring off the bench. That was pretty fun. And it was like, all right, this is what we've kind of needed from our bench unit. He's been leading that unit all year long and sometimes playing at the end of the game if he's staying hot. He's a reliable scorer. He's been scoring regularly, shooting the ball with a decent percentage, I believe, just visually from looking at it.
Yep.
I don't know what more you want from a guy to come off the bench. Now, yeah, do I want to pay him like starter money, like give him the team max? No.
Yeah.
But like this is part of the problem with J.I. and his contract, where it's like I want to give Cole Anthony money and not give J.I. any money.
Right.
So if he has to go to make way to keep Cole on, do it. Like don't lose this guy. He's the heart of the team. He's one of their leaders. Why would you mess with that? This guy is bananas, and for him to say you're locking in this middle of the pack roster, that's a mentality this team could have used back when it had a middle of the pack roster, when you had Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier and all those dudes. That was a middle of the pack roster.
Yeah.
So were you saying the same things then? Because this roster is a little different.
Right.
And even if you think Cole Anthony's a middle of the pack player, which I don't think that, but let's go ahead and get into your mindset and say he's a middle of the pack player. Guess what bench players are? They're middle of the pack players. They're not stars and they're not starters. They're right there. And I think Cole is a borderline possible starter on some teams, but we have Markelle Fultz.
Right.
That's what stops it. So
yeah. Yeah, I understand the point that Everyday Carter's trying to bring up in terms of, you know, what are we going to offer Cole? That's you touched on this too. You know, where does he fall? But you know, $15 million isn't really that's not a lot in this day and age. I think we look at some of these guards and what people are making. I know
if he hit the open market, he would get more than that.
I feel like he would, right? I mean, well,
he's been averaging 15 points a game for his entire career at this point, probably, right?
Yeah.
So you know.
You got guys
they give
like
money to people for less.
Derek White on the Celtics.
Yeah.
Right. He's making $16.8 million.
Okay.
Cole is definitely comparable to Derek White, I would say. Colin Sexton, I know he's starting for Utah, but like,
sure,
he's not.
Didn't Caruso get the bag from like Chicago or something like that?
I mean, yeah. Let's see here.
I mean, I think he produces maybe at a higher rate, but he starts, I think.
Yeah, we've got guys. I'm trying to think. Devontae Graham is making 11.5.
Oh, that's weird.
Derrick Rose is making 14.5, and he hasn't been playing. Tyus Jones, who we saw the other night, who is no good.
Oh, he's not good.
He's not good. He's making 15.
That's disgusting.
So
that bothers me.
Markelle on our roster is making 16.5. So yeah, you're right. Like, does it feel like, yeah, if our starter's making 16 and a half, 15's right there, but we got the space for it, right? So
Right now we do, sure.
Yeah, right now we do. We do and you know what? Like, in a couple years when we need to re-sign Franz and Paolo,
Sure.
I think there's going to be a new renegotiated salary cap because there's a new TV deal coming in the next 2 or 3 years, something like that. It's always every 4 years or so it's redone, it feels like. So the cap's going to go up. If at any point you do need to make a move, $15 million for a talented player like Cole Anthony, there are going to be plenty of teams that would be willing to consider that in a trade or if you needed to move things. I'm not saying I do, but having Cole Anthony on the books for $15 million, that's an easily movable contract. It's a good number to have if you're trying to bring in a free agent or a trade for somebody at some point. So I don't think it's crazy. Weltman and Hammond have done a phenomenal job. I mean, snagging Wendell for 4 years, $10 million a year, like that's unbelievable. If they can work their magic and come in somewhere a little bit more amenable, then great. But if it ends up being something like 15, totally cool. You have my stamp of approval.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do facts.
Come on, Cole.
Okay.
Now we're moving in. We got Steve Cameron. I bet he's from Close Up Magic there. At Chuma Bucket, which he might have to change that handle. It's coming up soon. I don't know. We'll see. Magic needs shooting depth at shooting guard and off the bench, perimeter defenders, a bench big who can rebound, play with effort, shooting improvements from current guys. So, Pich, you like this one. You wanted this one on here because this is the laundry list of things that going into the offseason, Steven believes that we need to address.
This would be what's called a cold take because I think everybody in the community can agree with this one. If everybody wants to take a step back from throwing daggers at each other and all look at this one, we can all go, yeah. Yeah. No, we're all in agreement on this. Right? Like,
that's what we've been talking about all year, right?
This is kind of the game plan for the summer.
Yeah.
These things need to change. I would say at least probably 2 of the 4 things need to change if we're going to get to that plan spot. If 3 or 4 of them happen, then we could just make the playoffs outright. But if you want to get to that next level, these are the things that need to happen. We all know that.
Yeah.
And I think this is just a good, like, everybody read this. Look to your left and to your right, and everyone's kind of nodding, and then go ahead and
move on about your business.
Yeah, go move on with your day. Yeah,
I guess it'll just be interesting for me to see how our front office handles this moving into the off season. Are we going to be going into the free agent market at all? Are we going to be making any trades? Or I think probably more likely just using the 2 draft picks, bringing in a couple more young guys.
It does seem that way,
and letting them develop. Now, a lot of times guys don't come into the NBA shooting the lights out. So the depth and the need for more shooting, the depth at shooting guard and the need for more shooting, they may not be addressed right away with those guys, but it's in the 3-year plan. You know what I mean?
Right,
that'll happen. I really think the shooting improvements, as Steven says, can come from our guys. And I have a question for you, Pich. Do you think Goga Biadice is the answer to bullet number 3, a bench big who can rebound and play with effort? Because he's been kind of playing like that the last few days. I mean,
it's possible.
He's been like the 6th man last game.
It's possible.
I
have more thoughts on him we can share later.
Okay.
But,
because I'm seeing that ability. He's getting some offensive boards. He's playing with like the heart that we see of like a guy like Moritz, which I love to see.
Yeah.
And he's setting good screens out there. That's kind of what we've been needing. It's
another guy that another team gave up on that we decided to give a shot to. And we're plugging him in over guys like Bull and Chuma, and so it seems like we've already got enough data on them that we're cool to make whatever move we want to make.
Yes.
But Goga seems to be getting those minutes because we want to see. And I like what I've seen so far, to be honest. I mean, he's been one of the bright spots on the court, even in a loss for us. So, I mean, it's possible. I mean, he's probably going to be pretty affordable, so why not?
Yeah, I like it. Sign up Goga. Sign him up. What do you guys think? How are we going to address these needs? Are all of them going to get addressed this year? Or are we more in a?
Are you guys part of the
slow
Goga
batter?
Patrol?
Yeah.
You want to get on the Goga train? Oh wait,
We're just going to take everything from Bowl and attach it to Koga. Get on the where is it? Right here?
Come on.
No. Get on the Goga train. Sorry, Bull. Sorry, that's rude. That's probably rude.
it's gimmick infringement.
Okay, now talking about the positives, we're talking about some of the needs, but just looking at the season overall, Orlando Magic Moments gives us some Magic trivia that we are the 6th team to
No,
start.
is this anything?
This was on this. Is this anything?
It was.
I feel like it.
I don't think it was. I think I just joked that to you when I was because when I read it, I thought to myself, "Is this anything?" And I think we should just present it as
I've
such.
heard this part of it in the broadcast, not the bottom half stuff.
Okay.
But this part that we are the 6th team to start 5-20 and finish with 31 plus wins. The others were ranging from 31 to 36. The 6th team in NBA history to start that bad and finish as well as we have. That's, hey, well done. Well done. Well done. That's fantastic. Only the 85 Cavs made the playoffs after winning 8 of their last 11. Doesn't look like we're going to join the 85 Cavs, unfortunately.
Unless we beat the Cavs twice.
Oh, that would be full circle.
All right, continue.
Wow. Who was the coach of that Cavs team, Pich?
That'd be former Supersonics coach George Karl.
Who gave Coach Mosley his first job, the GM of that Cavs team, Harry Weltman, Jeff Weltman's dad. Dum dum dum.
No need to go to the truck on this one. It's something. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's everything is something, as Jeff says. But is it anything?
It's anything. I think it's anything. It's a weird connection. It's probably not all due to those connections, but it's weird when stuff like that happens, right? Like, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But it really needs to be focused on that first paragraph, because to start that poorly and to be able to get to where we're at right now is getting lost in the shuffle too much. Like I said earlier, I feel like this should be a time when we're kind of sitting back and enjoying what a good season we've been putting together and how the guys are playing well together. And instead, it seems like there's a lot of daggers being thrown around about who this guy should go there and this guy's not shouldn't be part of our future and all this stuff. And we should be tanking and we shouldn't be tanking. And it's like, whoa, hey, everybody, calm down. Good things. This is a good thing. This is a thing that's only been done 5 times before, by the way. So it shows that, maybe next year they'll take a flyer on us and they'll give us a game on TNT, or maybe we can get a game on ESPN. I mean,
Yeah.
let's show the world that this team's coming up instead of them just having to read blurbs and seeing highlights of Bull and assuming that he must be starting for us. Like, let's do this right. We're doing it right. Year 3 is the year where now we're on everybody's map. We're on some NBA teams maps. NBA teams
Yes.
know what's up, right? And the real diehards have seen we've got a great young core.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of hearing that phrase, but it's true.
Yeah.
So next year's the year where we start to get all the casuals and the rest of the people to really realize that,
Bol isn't a starter.
this ain't a free win anymore when Orlando rolls to town. And I can't just go to Disney and then take my kids over to Amway and get a victory. Is it still called Amway? I don't even know. That's what the casuals say.
I wonder how many people out there still think Bol is like a starter. Like when they think of the Magic, they're like, yeah, Bol, man, he's going to be sick.
And I haven't seen highlights in a while because he's not
Yeah,
playing.
that's fair.
So maybe they've forgotten.
I found the most interesting part of this that Jeff Weltman's dad was a GM.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I did not know that.
He's big brain lineage.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
He's GM royalty. Okay.
Right.
All right, Jeff. So he grew up in the front office.
So there's a Welt godfather somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love it. I don't know.
You're giving it a lot of thought right
well,
now.
it's kind of like, okay, now, I don't like a silver spoon guy. And now Weltman's he's appearing like a silver spoon guy.
Well, silver spoon guys, they're there for a reason. you
Yeah.
know? So, silver spoon it up. If he wasn't good, he would have been. He wouldn't have lasted at another franchise. And in this one,
He's gained my trust. So
yeah,
I'm with you. Whatever
Let it
spoon
go.
you use, Jeff,
Right.
you're good in my book, buddy.
have a gold spoon, buddy.
You
Crank
can
it up a notch.
Eat some soup over here. You're welcome in the fan
Yeah,
attic.
come up to Greenwich. I know some snobs that'll let you. I meet some people that'll let you in. I'll give you a
See,
gold
that's why I
spoon.
don't like those types of folks, because I was in the middle of them for so long.
Yeah, same.
Well, one move though that people weren't happy about, and I don't know if this was Jeff Weltman's call or someone else's. A good thing, a little bit of a damper. We retired Dennis Scott. It was officially inducted to the Orlando Magic Hall of Fame, which is a great thing, but it happened on the Knicks night, so there weren't as many Magic fans there.
Yeah, you're getting caught up in that.
To give that energy. Well, I think people mentioned it. I think it's something. We wanted to have Dennis have a good home crowd. But Alonzo's bringing up the fact that wish we could just be normal and retire numbers, shaking my head.
Yeah, Dennis Scott has not been on the Orlando Magic in several years.
Yeah.
It would have been nicer if they did this when there was more people who were around that watched him play.
It's a long time.
It's too long. Like, what was the delay on this, man? Isn't he still the leading three-point shooter in Orlando Magic history? Isn't that enough? Like, what else do you need from this guy? Like, there's plenty of other guys in there that played with him.
Yeah.
Your Scott Skiles, your Shaquille O'Neals, like a lot of that squad.
He retired in 1997.
So what's up? Like we're just like, it's almost like they were watching NBA TV goddamn. Someone's like, hey, didn't that guy used to play for us?
Right.
Is he in the Hall of Fame? No. Oh, we got to fix that. Yeah. It's like, oh, well, he retired a long time ago. Yeah, we really let's get it out there. Let's get it done.
26 years ago.
It's way too long.
People have I was like, come on, man. I was 9 years old. Like, let's get it together.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
But at least he's finally in there.
Yes. Congratulations, 3D. 3D. Legend still holds the 3-point record, and it's not going to get touched for a while. I think when they had him on the broadcast, the next closest guy right now is Cole, I believe, and he's a long way away. He's a long way away. So
we need a guy like 3D on the squad now.
Yes, we do.
We need somebody who can shoot the three ball.
Yeah. So it looks like he's going to be holding down that for a while. And it was cool to hear also on that broadcast kind of the snippets between the play when they were going into Dennis Scott and Shaq's relationship and how they started the local TV show and how that really spawned 3D's passion for broadcasting and media. And that was really fun to hear some of the old stories and to see some of the old footage of Shaq and 3D going into their show and the Rasta outfits and how they just walked in and Shaq was like, let's put these on so no one questions us and just make light of everything. Just gives you a glimpse into how much fun and a reminder of how much fun that team was and how talented Dennis Scott has become. He saw early on, hey, this media thing is going to be something. It could be another path for me. He was always carrying around the camera. He was getting involved. And now he's a fantastic commentator, and he does really great stories.
He was the Cole Anthony of that team, if you will.
Yeah.
Like he was really like that glue guy. Everybody on the team liked him, and he still produced on the court and was like, de facto captain. He had a little bit of a veteran vibe to him, which Cole has despite not playing a lot of years in the league, just from being around his dad and being around the NBA so long. He definitely has a veteran presence.
Yep, absolutely. So congratulations, 3D. Thanks for all the memories, man. We love you. Great honor. Don't know why the hell it took so long, buddy.
Yep.
All right, Pich, why don't you take this one away? You're up next here, sir.
All right, man. So we've talked about De'Aaron Fox a little bit on this show over the course of the season. And it's been a little up and down for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the Foxometer here.
Oh, you can visualize it for me.
I've got the Foxometer. This is how I started the season. You can see I started it with no respect for De'Aaron Fox, and that was inappropriate. And after a buzzer-beating win against us and then seeing him in a couple of other games, I started to realize that I needed to change my Foxometer, and I moved it up to like. Started to really not only respect his game, but actually like what he was doing there in Sacramento. He's got this team third in the West. It's impressive, man. He is the dude. I know they've got a lot of other parts on that team, but make no mistake, he's the reason. He's the dude. And then I read this that is posted by Kicks here, but it is a repost from somebody else. His name is too small. I can't see. Legion Hoops. Also a great follow. And it says, De'Aaron Fox on March Madness, and there's a video, but they have it quoted here.
Yeah.
Says, I can't watch a full college game. It's hard. The shot making is not at the pro level. The refs are bad. A lot of coaching is really bad. I can't stand it.
Uh-oh. Pich is not pleased. I don't know. Want to see where the Foxometer is going next.
My guy, this is such a bad take. Okay. Like something everyone thinks is super popular that's going on right now. And you just decide to go guns a-blazing on something everybody loves and enjoys watching. By the way, more than the NBA product, because they actually call the rules. The refs don't suck. They're actually doing their job in a lot of cases. Although there are some shady calls, but no different than in the NBA. At least they don't let everybody travel and carry the ball over the front of them. And maybe that's why he doesn't like it, because there's a lot of that in his game. But my Foxometer has now moved down to right on the line of no respect and respect.
Okay.
Because to make a statement like this is just unnecessary. Be it, even though that I believe
asked him about it. Yeah.
Someone asked him about it, but I don't believe he had to have that, what is a hot take.
Right.
At that point, when people are supposed to be falling in love with you in this small market and getting behind you, and you open face slapped everyone in the face and said, "Nah, that other basketball is shit. Only we're good." And it's like, man, this made a heel turn.
What do you like? This little cute puppy right here? You like this cute puppy? Doof. Bye, puppy.
So I'm back on that line of no respect and respect. I respect his game a ton, and that will never go away. But my respect for you and what you're talking,
it's wavering.
It's wavering, my dude.
All right.
But I'm rooting for the Kings. I hope they do well.
We'll have to check in on the Foxometer again then, Pich.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it. It's already moved 3 times. Next up, I've got Tonic the Gin Dog. I talk to him on Twitter a lot. He's a good follow.
Yeah.
And he says, he'll fit in perfectly because Magic fan Orlando Tragic has posted future Orlando Magic Grady Dick has an elite TikTok account. There's actually a video that's attached to that. I've done the research. Fact. It's good.
What's good about it?
I mean, he's goofing and he fit right in with Cole. He might be able to replace RJ Hampton. You remember that bromance that they had?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I feel like it could grow again. It could be there.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't take himself too seriously. He's able to laugh at himself.
Unbelievably, yeah. In fact, he laughed at himself in a press conference where he said, he was quoted as saying, we just got to wait and try to get the D to suck in.
And then
he caught himself and laughed and then like kind of moved on. So obviously having that last name has helped him because he has a good sense of humor about it. So much in the way I have the De'Aaron Fox meter. We've talked about Grady a little bit and whether we want him on the Magic. I've now got the dickometer because I want to see like, and we've got the scales here of the no, would like, want, or need to see if he's a fit for the Orlando Magic. So you can see right here, it started at no, right? It started at no. I didn't feel like I really wanted this guy on the team. Yeah. But after I saw this post and now that I've seen some more highlights of him, I'm up to want Dick. I'm just trying to be professional. But I just want to let you know that
you're just reading the meter.
Yeah, the dickometer has moved up to want.
Yeah, okay. So all right. So
it's not need yet.
Oh, okay.
But it's I feel like he'd fit in well with the team on and off the court. And off the court is just as important. Like we don't want someone to be, a cancer in the locker room. Mm-hmm. And I just really feel like he'd be a good fit. I really didn't put this in just for the joke. I really do enjoy the fact that he has that sense of humor about it. And I think it'd be a good time. I think we could get past, have like one show of just dick puns, get it all out of our system, and then just live a normal life.
We had quite a few. I mean, I made a nice compilation of all of them as a short, but YouTube nerfed it because we say dick so many times in it.
I know, and that's not fair because that's a gentleman's name.
Yeah, it's a proper noun.
They probably are not going to like the dickometer.
Yeah. Well,
dickometer, dickometer, whatever.
I like dickometer. Okay. Dickometer better. We're gonna have to revisit the dickometer after the draft lottery when we do our next mock draft. You have to bring that out again.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We have to see like if it's flaccid or if it's really excited. Like it depends on where that thing lands.
Okay. Nice. We can't handle this. We're not mature enough for this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but who would think this is funny? Grady Dick.
He would. All right. I like it. Let's go on to tried and true, the social media stalwart himself, Jeff Weltgod, just touching on the the animosity, the rivalry that's been happening right now between Oklahoma City Thunder fans and the Orlando Magic fans. I think for most of us, it's good fun bickering back and forth. But he has a meme here from The Last of Us, Pedro Pascal's character. Oklahoma City fans, after Paolo wins Rookie of the Year, and they realize 13-4-3 is, in fact, not better than 27-4. And is it Pablo or Pedro? Do you know? Mr. Pascal is leaned over here. Did the voters not listen to the JJ Redick podcast or read The Athletic? I thought his extra 9% efficiency and putting J-Dub is better in every tweet about Paolo would make people forget about October to January. I can't believe I paid for a year of The Athletic just to read that stupid clickbait article. And that it's hilarious because it's true. That's really what is spurning all this. Logical basketball fans know Paolo Banchero is going to be the Rookie of the Year. He's done it all year. Nothing taken away from J-Dub's last couple months. They've been phenomenal. He's going to be a great player, but Paolo has been, from start to finish, the Rookie of the Year. And everything else is just clickbait. It's just like what we're trying to drum up storylines. It's the end of the year. Let's see what we can get here. And this is one of those kind of awards that it's coming down to it. And so The Athletic, JJ, they're all talking about it. And here we are now falling into the trap too. We're kind of talking about it. Shit.
Dude, Pascal, man, he could have been Rookie of the Year. I mean, he's been in Game of Thrones. He's Din Djarin and Mandalorian. Now he's in this Last of Us. I mean, is he going to give some jobs to everybody else or what?
He's being greedy. Yeah,
unbelievable. He's in everything.
He's
like if I was in two of those three things, I'd hang it up. I'd be like, what a great career I've had. But he continues to give. Anyway, I've really only heard about the OKC fans complaining from Magic fans. So I'm pretty done with this because I'm only hearing the Magic fans go, I can't believe OKC. Who are OKC fans? I don't even get any other stuff. I definitely don't go looking for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just coming to your door or what, but it hasn't been on my door.
It's been on my door.
I don't see it. I just see the posts from everybody else talking about how I can't believe they would think. I can't believe. There needs to be a point where you realize that their argument is so absurd that you just go, that's funny, and move on with your day. But instead, we've made it a big part of who we are right now, and it is the leading leader in the toxicity amongst the Magic Twitter people. Yeah. So you let them kind of get in there, and they're kind of winning in that way because they're getting you all riled up about something that isn't going to happen. It's like when a little kid comes up to you and says, I'm going to be president one day, and you go, sure. And it's like, technically could become president, but probably not. Because we're in a trailer park in Vermont, and I doubt this kid's going to grow up to be president. And he didn't, by the way. And the kid is not me.
Yeah, I mean, someone who is taking it seriously is the Orlando Magic PR team. Kobe Price put this out. The Magic's full court press for Paolo Banchero Rookie of the Year campaign is on. They have a whole 2-pager here of statistics from Paolo Banchero and quotes from opposing coaches. I mean, the one that they lead with right here, it's undeniable. Players with over 19 points, 6 rebounds, 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. That's what Paolo's trying to do this year. The players that have done that in NBA history, Luka Doncic, Blake Griffin, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Walter Davis. So it's only happened 5 times in NBA history. And you always see Paolo on these like stats with Jordan, stats with LeBron, stats with Kevin Durant. He's just in elite company. Right. There's no
with the exception of Blake Griffin, that's a list of studs right there. Unnecessary shade.
Yeah. I was going to say. That man was legitimate. I mean, he was how many times did he go to the All-Star game? Probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, a bunch.
Blake Griffin. But yeah, those teams were disappointing, man. Yeah. Those Clippers teams, they should have done more.
Yeah, you don't have to get caught up in that. I mean, you don't put together a 2-page resume like this and not just know you're going to be Rookie of the Year. So that's my point. Is it's like, and to a certain degree, I'm glad that like these guys are stepping up to do that. And you definitely see Bally's and like David and Jeff. They're making that push to kind of be like, whoa. But let them take care of it. It's a done deal. Everybody knows that. You don't get on these lists. We've been putting stuff in social media Roundup all season like this that appear on this list. Oh, he's in this elite company. I remember one of the first ones we put up was something where he was in a category with only Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
At that point, it was pretty much done. As long as he plays the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It's done. So, don't lose panic just because a few people are trying to get something going. And by the way, they've gotten him a lot of pub. They've gotten a lot more people to watch him and respect and see his game. So it's good for him and it's good for their team because they had a pretty nice little year.
Yeah, definitely. They're getting into the play-in or the playoffs right now. So, yeah, but well done, Magic PR. They're not leaving anything up to chance. This got sent out to all the voters, so they're just doing their due diligence as they should. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year.
This would be that moment where those guys, by doing this, are doing what I said on the last wrap-up, and you're the villain. You have them down, and you're not going to tell them your evil plan. You're just going to drop them in the lava and win.
Wait, who's doing the lava? The Magic PR dropping in the lava?
Yeah, we're finishing it off. We're not allowing this thing to breathe and see this thing happen. We're just...
This 2-pager's like, boom, drop the mic, done.
Yeah, 2 pagers, drop the mic. Honestly, 1 page probably enough. The fact that it's 2 full pages.
Yeah.
Hey, let's all just be quiet. Let this go. Let the OKC people talk their talk, and then we'll see who has the Roy at the end of the year because you know who it is going to be.
For sure. For sure. Thanks so much for your amazing posts, ladies and gentlemen, for interacting with us on Twitter and Instagram at @core_cousins. If you find anything that makes you laugh, that you think is intriguing, that you'd like to hear our take on, shoot it over to us, tag us on it, and it might end up on the show.
And it may not only end up in social media Roundup, it might end up in the Cousins Court.
Dum dum dum.
Cousins Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Jason Michael Pich, yes.
Oh.
That's the full government. is in session for this one. Today, we are going to hear the case of our Patreon Dylan Holden.
Yes.
Versus Dante Marcatelli, a battle that took place on Twitter. I will allow now Kyle to defend our Patreon, Mr. Dylan Holden. This, please bring us up to speed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So my client, Mr. Holden, he simply wrote a post on the Twitter sphere, and he wrote, if we score our lotto odds, I'm sorry, Your Honor, and one of Portland, Indy, or Washington gets a top 3 pick, y'all ain't going to like me very much. These last 7 games don't mean a thing. You know why those other teams got better the next year? Because they get better in the summer. #Magic Together. And then Dante, Mr. Marcatelli.
That was Exhibit A?
Yeah. In Exhibit B here, sir, replies to my client, I'm so tired of this idiotic take. So let's lose all 7 games, ruin all momentum we've built this year, shut guys down, not let Markel, Wendell, Paulo, Franz, Jalen continue the fantastic years they've had so we can keep a 5% chance of getting 1 spot higher in the draft. Dumb. Your Honor, this is completely unfounded and uncalled for. And I would like the book to be thrown at Mr. Marcatelli. I don't know what was happening. He did try to smooth it over with a post later on. Do me a favor and cheer on your team and let me keep my blood pressure down. Whatever was happening, sir.
Right. Okay. Exhibit C. Yes.
That got his blood pressure up. He took it out on my client unfairly, sir. He may disagree with Mr. Holden's take. However, it is not idiotic. I'm sorry to say, Your Honor, and the jury of second cousins out there, that yes, I may not agree entirely with my client's take, but that's okay. It is far, though, sir, from idiotic. Let me tell you, and Mr. Marcatelli, he is very close to the team. He may consider some of these young men a friend even, a very close acquaintance, certainly a colleague. And so he has a personal connection. And of course, he wants to see those guys on the court winning. But, Your Honor, Mr. Holden, he lives in Maryland. We're here in a court in Connecticut, sir. We're more than arm's length distance from the young men that are playing on this team. And so we're just looking for the big vision, the overall, what's best for the team. And that's what Mr. Holden is really talking about. What is best for the team? And so, yes, Dante is guilty of being too harsh because Mr. Marcatelli, sir, I'm sorry if you're unaware. I know you are. the Orlando Magic have been the most injured team 3 years in a row. Okay? Us Magic fans at this point, we're a little numb to seeing guys on the injury report looking longer than my Stop and Shop receipt. Okay? We're numb to seeing guys in street clothes.
Objection.
Oh, what? Sorry? Your Honor, there was an objection?
Yes, I'm being told that you were not going to talk about injuries with our team anymore, and you decided to go this way, but I will allow it to continue. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, you're sustained. I will move on from the injury point. However, it was all to say, Pich, I'm sorry, Your Honor, that we can stand another 6 games of seeing a few people in street clothes. Okay? We're us Magic fans. We're not going to lose sleep over it. It's already happened. Okay. And Mr. Marchitelli, I just want to clarify a couple things. While I may agree with your point in its character that, yes, I want us to finish strong, and we have talked about it outside of this court here, you and I, Your Honor, that we want them to end strong and try to get into that playoff spot. It's not just 5 percentage points of the number 1 pick. Yes, it is that. And by the way, Portland has already leapfrogged us. Now they have a 1.5% better odds at the number 1 pick. But now we don't have any opportunity to get the 5th pick, while they do. And we are now slated the highest odds to get the 7th or the 8th pick. So yes, it might not seem like much, but Indiana is only now a game behind us. And if we keep winning and they lose and we flip-flop with them, well, guess what? Then we don't have a chance at the 5th or the 6th pick. And now our odds are down to 7.5 for that first spot. So it's more than just 5 percentage points, Your Honor. I mean, us winning and Portland losing has now given them 19% chance to get the 6th spot. And we now have an 8% chance to get the 6th spot, the 6th draft pick. So yes, maybe for the number 1 pick, we're only talking about a couple percentage points, but Dylan's looking at this entire top 10 draft, the top 14 picks here, where we could have 2, okay? And the odds are greater in some of these other areas when we're winning or losing games. Your Honor, one last point, and then I'll let you to rule on this one.
Thank you for allowing me to rule in my own court.
Need I bring up Exhibit D, Mo Bamba? Okay? That year, we went on and we won some more games. And we leapfrogged over teams like Dallas and Atlanta. And guess what? We missed out on Luka Doncic or Trae Young. And we had to settle for Mo Bamba because we won a few games down the stretch. Would anyone in this courtroom, any of you in the jury, second cousins, are you crying that we didn't win those games in 2011, whatever it was, 2018? No, you're not. You would have been totally okay if we had lost those games. I rest my case, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You gave me a lot to think about, even though you ignored the part of Exhibit C where Dante Marchitelli went on to say, if we want a top 3 pick, we have all the draft capital in the world and we can trade up and get it. And also the very important last line of this, which is, in the meantime, when free agents notice teams that win and are on the come up. I think those are 2 very important parts of Exhibit C that you've left out. Although what is on trial here is Dante being too harsh to a fellow Magic fan. And I feel like the option of calling him idiotic just shows the passion that Dante has for this team. Like you said, he's very close to them. He sees them on a regular basis. And I do think that Dylan, as a person that is not in the Orlando area, fits in the same mold as us.
Yes.
Where it's like, we're not really there. We don't see the players in the community going to build parks and all that stuff. So we don't get quite as attached to them as some of these other guys do, like Dante does. And I think that's where the passion comes from here. We simply look at it almost like a video game where we're like, we're looking to build the best team because I'm trying to win a championship here.
Yes.
So I understand that these all must be nice men and you're not looking to break hearts, but sometimes people got to go and things need to be said. And I will say, Mr. Dylan Holden never holds back a take if he has it. He is a man of the hot take, but I enjoy it. I like it. It's fun. And because he brings that kind of fire to what he says, I don't think Dante is guilty of being too harsh, because I feel like this is the kind of things that Dylan knows he spurs, and I feel like he invites it. But at the end of the day, by them talking about it, I feel like it ended somewhat cordially.
It did.
And I think it's kind of cool, by the way, that you could exhibit that as a person who might say stuff like this. If you can reach Dante to have him comment back and get into a little back and forth,
Yeah.
that's what you're after.
Yeah.
So I think that Dylan got exactly what he wanted here, and I don't hate either party. I like the passion. Continue rooting for the Orlando Magic, and don't worry about the end of this season and how this plays out. Like you said, it's 1.5% chance. It's so small. And then, are you going to draft the best player? The Magic may already have their eyeballs on some guys at the 7 and 8 position that they like much better than guys that would be like 3 through 6. I believe in the big brain. I believe in the front office and what they can do. And if they want to move up, we got the capital. And if they're good with what we got, they must have said, go ahead and keep winning. Either way, I've never been a fan of the tank.
Okay. Well, Mr. Marcatelli, you'll be seeing us in small claims court. I'm looking for courtside seats for my client. Thank you. Sorry, Dylan. I tried, buddy.
Cousins Court is back in session with the Honorable Jason Michael Pich presiding. Up next here, we have the case of whether the Orlando Magic marketing team is failing the Magic fans. I'm very interested to get your thoughts on this, so I'll just let you go ahead and get started.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Nimbles Buttersworth. I'm the prosecuting attorney in this. I'm representing the Orlando Magic fan community against the Orlando Magic marketing team. And this came up, Your Honor, lately. We've already talked about it. The court cousins, they talked about it earlier in the show, that the Dennis Scott induction was on a night that we were playing the Knicks, a team that has been in the league very long and has an extensive following. And there were just Knicks fans overrunning the building, which was not the best look for the induction of Dennis Scott. Some fans felt not too happy about that decision because they would have preferred a more home-friendly crowd for Dennis Scott's induction. The other thing that some fans are challenging here, Your Honor, is the fact that Bobblehead Night was, again, another popular team, the Nets, although, Your Honor, they're a little less popular now, that the Bobblehead Night was on that, and there's going to be a lot of opposing fans in there. The point being, Your Honor, is that fans just want to be included. Fans just want to be asked, all right? What would you like to get? Let us provide some input. Let us be a part of it a little bit. I've gone to minor league baseball games that have a better giveaway lineup than what the Orlando Magic are doing right now. We're doing one bobblehead a year right now. Orlando Magic marketing team, one bobblehead. And I'm Your Honor, I'm not even going to bring up the Jalen Suggs bobblehead, but that thing is crass. Okay. That thing is a travesty to bobbleheads.
You are correct.
So you're giving me one crappy bobblehead a year. That's it. I mean, thousands of dollars for these season tickets, Your Honor. Mm-hmm. These things aren't cheap.
Well, season ticket holders are in a group that allows them to get special
They get some things, but Your Honor, I have spoken to a season ticket holder in doing my research here, a gentleman named Al. I believe you might know him. And he's saying, he wants a little bit more. He wants to see the Magic go a little bit extra mile to give something back to the fans. Because, Your Honor, what is it after all that they give? Maybe a free T-shirt, maybe a free hat. That's marketing for them, Your Honor. We're just asking to be your bulletin board. We're just asking to be your advertisement. That's all we want to do. Let us advertise for you. Let us spread the Magic word. Mm-hmm. It's a travesty, Your Honor. There needs to be more giveaways. There needs to be more fan appreciation stuff. I know they're doing the fan appreciation night, but we've got the team now. We're looking for the Orlando Magic to, at least in this trial, agree to step up their game next year. I rest your case, my honor. Your honor, my honor. On my honor, I rest my case.
Okay. Are you set with all those?
Yeah, I think.
You got all your...
There's a lot of honor going on right now. I feel very honorable.
Fair. Listen up here. The marketing team has swung and a miss on a few things, but I don't agree with worrying about what team we're playing on certain nights all the time, although I would have to remember that they did have India night on the night we were playing the Indiana Pacers, which I thought was a
Very confusing.
much a misstep for sure. But listen, you shouldn't have to prepare for other teams' fans in your building. You should have your fans in your building. And that is partially on the marketing team to make that happen. So I guess they're not worried about what team we're playing on certain nights because they feel like we should just have a full building of our fans. And part of that would be marketing better to them. Now, the social media team, who is not on trial today, has been doing a killer job this season.
Amazing. They're not on trial. So
Fantastic. And they're not on trial.
And also, Jess Lott, our ticket representative, not on trial.
He's not part of the marketing team.
He's not part of the
I don't
marketing.
think.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not.
Well, he's not on trial. No, you're right. Because he's done much for the actual court cousins.
Yes.
In which we are in their hall, and this is the Cousins Court.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would have to say that they could maybe be doing a better job. As you've said, I've worked for some minor league teams that have had some killer nights, bobblehead nights, jersey night, hat night, popular opportunities to bring in fans on an off night. It's a Tuesday night. Are people going to come to the game? They will if you give them a sweet bobblehead, right? Mm-hmm. This bobblehead was even done on a Sunday. Shouldn't be hard to bring people to the arena on a Sunday. And for those reasons, I have to agree with you that they're failing, the Magic fans at this moment. And they need to step up a little bit because we need to grow these people so that you can have a Dennis Scott night on any night. We can play anyone, the Bulls, the Lakers, everyone. The building should be full with our fans. And it starts with the marketing team.
Yes, we got a victory, Orlando Magic fans. Order in the court. Cousins Court is back in session. We have our next case before us. This is presented by one Sandy Banchero. And in this case, we have NBA fans accusing the NBA of fixing free throw attempts in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. I will go to the prosecution first. What is your case, sir? Thank you, Your Honor. I am here. My name is... fuck.
Why is your name not Kyle Lange?
I don't know. I'm
Why are you trying to be other people?
I'm
it's Cousins Court.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun though. Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Tito McDaniels, and I am representing NBA fans who are outraged, Your Honor. Clearly, when you look at the free throw attempts attempted this year, we have the Orlando Magic at plus 139 in comparison to their opponents. We have the Knicks at plus 145, the Heat at plus 183, the Kings at plus 193. All reasonable numbers, Your Honor. What is unreasonable, what is unfair, what is unjust is that the Los Angeles Lakers are plus 411 free throw attempts in comparison to their opponents. Your Honor, this is clearly being fixed. It's egregious. It calls into the question the sanctity of the game. And if we're going to go down this path, I mean, I know the Los Angeles Lakers have unbelievable playmakers and all-stars like Austin Reeves, who is just, he's on another level, right, in terms of getting to the line. So it makes sense they might be at the top. However, this cannot stand. We may as well just change the name to Le NBA. For LeBron's NBA. Just give it to him. You want him in the playoffs, just put him in. Why are you even making us play the games? The games are supposed to matter, Your Honor. And this is calling that into question. I rest my case.
Your Honor, I'm Mr. Richard Grady, Esquire, here to defend the NBA on this one. This guy's lucky that I didn't object over there because Mr. LeBron James is not on trial here today. And this is kind of bananas that you think that this discrepancy is somehow our problem. We have discussed this with the referees to make sure that they keep the things fair. And, there is a little bit of that unspoken, stars getting star calls. And who's a bigger star than LeBron James, man? I mean, he's the leading leader in all-time scoring in NBA. I mean, can we put a little respect on his name? And by the way, also AD is there. And he's a big guy inside. He gets fouled a lot. And then, hey, you mentioned him. He gets a lot of free throws, but he's small and he's white, and people feel bad for him, so he gets put on the line a lot. That's just the way it is, man. When you're under the LeBron learning tree, you just get better as a player, and he's making moves that the other teams can't handle, and thus he's getting fouled. It really isn't anything that we're doing. This is really just, our referees. And look, we've had this conversation with them because we kind of also questioned, like, hey, you're kind of giving the Sacramento Kings a lot of foul calls. That's not a very big market. Could you? I mean, that's not a very. You don't need to. Can we just watch it? We just want to make sure that things are fair all the way around. But look, is it a bad thing to have the Los Angeles Lakers in the playoffs? I mean, it's a great market. We've got 2 mega stars on this team. I mean, I don't think this is necessarily the reason that they're in. But is it even a bad thing? What are we talking about here?
Thank you, defense and prosecution. I have a tough decision to make. I think the thing that's really been overlooked is how, as Sandy Banchero mentions here, Paolo's been carrying, okay? The Orlando Magic were not on this list last year, and now they're at plus 139. So good things are coming. The Orlando Magic are getting to the line like they never have before, and I just want to say it, in case you haven't heard it, they've got a great young core. As this case goes, I find the NBA guilt.
I have one last piece of evidence I'd like to submit as Exhibit
What is
A.
this?
The NBA, where anything can happen. Let's go. Come on now.
On further review, I find the NBA not guilty. Case dismissed.
Justice is served. Go basketball.
All right, well, we're here back in the fan attic. We're not in the courtroom anymore, although the gavel was left here somehow. We're going to have to get that back to the judge at some point. We're now going into the Court Cousins Championship. So just to let you know how this works, every month, Pich and I, we do a round of wagers. We give each other, we do 2 each, and then the Patreons suggest a topic, and out of that, we develop the 5th. We have the results. The results are in for the last 5 bets that we were going on recently. I set a line, or we set a Cole points per game line at 13.5. I took the over and won that. Has 15.1 in the recent stretch of games. We talked about how Jalen Suggs has been shooting much better as of late. So I set the line at 37% from 3. Pich took the under, and he won. Jalen Suggs goes 36.6% because...
Yeah, that 6 repeats over and over and over.
Just keeps going.
And it's because he went 0 for 7 in the last 2 games because he had this on lock for a while. I planned on this being a loss, but
yeah, that he was on fire, and he's coming down to earth a little bit. Hopefully he can pick up that 3-point shooting again. You set the line of wins at 6.1. I took the under and won that. We got 6 wins.
We got 6 wins.
Oh, so we needed 7.
I needed 7.
Okay, all right. Wow, right on the line there. All right.
Yep.
And then I set a WCJ combined points and rebounds line of 25. Pich took the over and won. Wendell's been averaging 26.1 combined points and rebounds.
This was one that I had on lock for a long time, and then it got interesting the last couple of games as Wendell started to...
Yeah, he doesn't play well against guys like Gafford and some of those big body centers. And then our Patreon suggested, let's go with opponents' points per game. Our defense had been fluctuating, so it was kind of a wild card line in terms of what defense were we going to see in this stretch of games. We set the line at 114. I set the line at 119. And Pich wins. The defense has been holding opponents to 109.2 points per game. So that's a great thing. We're seeing the defense pick back up here as we go into the conclusion.
Yeah,
so Pich,
I think I remember when you set the line at 119, I said, well, 113 is still too many points, but is under 119. And that was the mindset I used. I'm pretty sure the next game we let up 113.
Yeah.
Like 2 of the next 3 games, the opponent had 113. So I was like,
119
I'm in
was
good shape. I'm in good shape.
Way too high in retrospect. But Pich wins the bets 3-2, but that does not determine who gets this beautiful piece of hardware right here, as it's resting with your champ, your boy, the Red Lettuce, right now. What Pich now will decide is the activity, the shootout, the athletic endeavor that we compete in
Right.
to decide who gets this puppy. And because you're the winner, you can give yourself some type of advantage. So, Pich, let the people know, what are we doing?
Well, the advantage for me should be going to a place that I'm familiar with. But instead we're going to a place that you're familiar with, and going to your school for an actual shootout where we'll play a game of pig, except for you will have 3 letters, and I will have 4 letters.
You're going to do plural pigs?
I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet.
Okay.
But I'm getting an extra letter.
Okay.
But you just played there this week. And you've played more recently than I. So you have a little bit of advantage in that. But as the champion, I want to try to beat you at your best.
Okay.
So let's go.
Let's go.
We're on. We just sweated and played a game.
Yeah. Got some run with the young bloods over here.
We have Mini Markel carrying us, guy over there in gray.
And now we're going to do our shootout.
Yep.
So have you decided what it's going to be, Pich?
It's going to be ORL and Orla.
I got to do Orla. No, you got to do Orla. I got to do ORL.
Yeah, so you have to get 4 letters on me, I have to get 3 on you.
All right. All right. And you.
I feel good because it's his gym, and he knows how this place plays. I saw you shooting earlier. It's going to be trouble for me.
All right, Pich, go for it. I'm going to go with one of my favorite Vince Carter moves. He would get into the lane and then just do like kind of a fadeaway situation. So I'm coming into the lane right here, Pich. Boom, boom, fade away. Give it to me.
Okay.
Yes.
That feels awkward.
Vince Carter can do it.
Nope. Yes. All right,
Looks like right around here.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah. No man's land. Got him.
They hate that shot in the NBA.
I'm going to go off glass here.
Yeah.
All right.
Baseline.
Wow.
OR. Good shot, Pich.
You got to cut out all the misses, though, right?
OR.
Yeah. Dream shake. And I'm going to do Akeem. You got to yeah, that's my move. The corner 3. I don't. I didn't even need that extra letter.
That's game.
And 1. Let's go. Let me get that belt.
Well, Pich, you got the guns out, and you took me down, sir, so I will abdicate the belt to you. Congratulations. What does that mean? What time is it?
No, you're supposed to take my hand and thrust it.
Okay.
Because I am champion. Is there any doubt that on WrestleMania weekend that the Pich wasn't going to come through? You and some of your students smelt what the Pich was cooking, and it was good. It was actually frozen burritos. Just made them. They're great, though.
I was like, wait, Pich cooking? Something doesn't sound right there.
Well, the oven was started. Things were entered into it, and I waited. That counts, right?
It's a low bar, yeah, but we'll let it go. All right, so Pich now has the belt. We have one more round. Sadly, I mean, it's season's coming to an end. 5 more games left, so we'll have 5 more wagers here. Well, we'll do 4 right now, and we have a Patreon that we'll let you know about on the next episode, and we'll see how that went.
Okay, yeah. We also have our teams that we drafted at the beginning of the year.
That's right. That will play into this.
As a play into this. So even though it's only 5 games left,
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things to be figured out.
Okay.
It's good to have the belt back home, but it could just as easily swap back over there by next show.
It lived with me last summer, so I think it'll come back here from the summertime months.
Spend the
again.
summer with the Pich, baby. We'll go in the Jeep. We'll take the top down. We'll get all the ladies. We'll cut some 80s style WWE promos where I yell.
Oh, that would be awesome. All right, let's get into these new wagers. You're first, Pich.
All right. So we've talked a little bit about it. Personally, I'm not even sure if it's been recorded when we talk about it at this point. There's so much talking and so much recording. I'm not sure what we're talking about, but we're talking about Goga and Moritz.
Yeah.
And Goga's kind of been taking some of Moritz minutes. I don't want this to just be as simple as a minutes battle between Goga and Moritz because it feels like it's not spicy enough. So I've paired up Bowl with Goga, who's also not really playing that much, but I feel like Goga's getting the more minutes. Mm-hmm. And I've prepared Moritz up.
So you're doing
with Caleb Houston.
a tag team,
Yes.
if you will.
Based on last game, Team Goga Bowl had 1 more minute than Moritz and Houston. Just as for instance.
Yeah, you did a nice job creating this tag team match because Goga has been getting the lion's share of minutes in that backup big role as of the last few games, but Bowl has been non-existent. I mean, that was my hot take from earlier in the show that he's out of the rotation. He might be out of the team if he doesn't show some this summer. So I'm going to go with Moritz and Caleb. Caleb's been getting, spotty minutes, but consistently spotty minutes.
Yep.
And I think the decision to go with Goga is when we're playing like a large big, like a 7-footer.
Sure.
And Moritz, I think, will still get some minutes if we have kind of a smaller backup big in there. So I'm going to go with Team Moritz Caleb. I like that, though.
All right.
That'll be interesting.
I like that he realized that I figured that first one wrinkle was not enough.
Yeah.
We had to go deeper.
Okay. All right. So I'm staying very service level. I'm sorry. I'm going to be boring, Pich. Just put out a short on Markel Fultz and why abracadabra razzmatazz. You got to make sure you're watching Markel Fultz. Over under next 5 games, 15 points of a game.
I'm going to take the over. I like that he's been scoring more.
Yeah.
He does sometimes have those games where he doesn't show up on the sheet.
Yeah.
But he does have games where he'll grab 20. So I'm hoping that there'll be more of those.
In the last 6, he's got 14 and a half, basically. So he's right there. Should be an interesting line.
All right. Leads nicely into mine, which is, hey, let's run it back. We did a Cole Anthony 1 points per game last time.
Yeah.
And you had set the line I set the line at 13.5. You took the over and won because he hit 15.1. So I'm just going to put the line right at 15. Cole, over under 15.
He's responsible for 41% of our bench points. The man is shooting over 40% from 3 from beyond the arc in March. Who am I to stop this man?
Yeah.
He's a locomotive.
Yeah.
He's going.
Yeah.
We're taking the over.
Just saw a fantastic tweet based on what we were talking about earlier in the show, too. Response from Greg Anthony about this whole thing, saying that he doesn't believe any one Orlando Magic fan is going to stop his son's passion for the team, the city, and the organization of the Orlando Magic. So don't worry.
Wow. I love it. I love it. Hey,
I love to see that
he's
too.
all the way bought in.
It's weird that he mixes it up with the fans on there, but on the other hand,
I like that he does it sometimes. It's cool because he's got a national presence too, so it gives a little bit of shine to the Orlando Magic when you see him on, TNT or whatever broadcast network he's on. I'm not sure. He'll mention the Magic and the Magic will come up. So it's cool
nice,
that we got a guy in the seat on NBA TV there, along with 3D. Wow, this is boring now. You did a points one. I did 2 points ones.
Wow.
I want to see Paulo 20 burgers. Over under 3.5 in the last 5
games, 3.5. My guy.
Yeah, so he's got to get 4 out of 5 at least. But I mean, 20 burgers are what he does.
I know. He does. I'm gonna take the under here because I think he's good for 3.
Yeah.
I think his playing time might be less in the last couple of games if we don't really need it.
Yeah.
So I don't know as though they're gonna necessarily push for him to get that, but man, I hope I'm wrong.
Not according to Dante Marcatelli.
Hope I'm wrong.
He's not, his playing time is again slashed at all.
No, I mean I think they want to stamp home that he wins Rookie of the Year, but
Right.
I think that work's already been done. I think he could sit the next 5 and he'd still be good. But I still think 3 of the next 5 he gets 20 is very good. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, sweet.
I'm living there.
Okay, those are the bets. We're going to take the 5th one from the Patreon, and then we will also include our beginning of year.
Ooh, I have many maths to do.
Yeah, you're going to so many maths.
Going to include all of RJ Hampton's Detroit stats, all of Mo Bamba's Lakers stats as a quarter.
Wow, that's doing the work.
I think that's only fair.
Makes sense. Well, who took RJ Hampton? He's been getting more minutes in
Right,
Detroit. That's a good
but
thing.
he didn't play for us for a long time. But then one of us had Isaac too. So dink, dink, dink.
Damn it. That was looking all right for a second there.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get the hell out of there. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I do want to talk about something much more positive, which is our second cousins, our all-stars and second cousins on the Patreon. Again, shout out to Magic Player History. It's not OKK to say Okiki, Wiffle, Andy, Dylan Holden, Drum, Rafael Perez, Breadhead, Al, Matthew Bell, Dan Young, Gloria and Damien, Connor, and Yachty.
You guys are the real champs.
Oh, that's nice, Pich. Thanks seriously for everything you do. If you're watching this long, thank you so much. Please click like. It helps the podcast get to more people. The community's continuing to growing. Every day we're getting more subscribers, and that's because you're liking, you're subscribing, you're sharing. So thanks for interacting over on the socials as well, at @court_cousins. Pich, it's that time.
Okay.
You got the music button ready?
It's right here.
Hit the music! Pich, WrestleMania is on right now. It's this weekend.
It is.
By the time people listen to this, it'll be over. So I'm asking you for your predictions, and the people will be able to know how well you know WrestleMania. What are your biggest leans?
I don't need to lean. What is that word? That's
I like what do you think is going to happen? What are you leaning towards?
all right. This is my my hot take.
Oh, okay.
Watch out for Randy Orton getting in the way of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes this weekend. By the time Tuesday is over, which means it could happen Monday night, Randy Orton will make his presence known. Could be a factor in this thing.
Don't know what that means, but I'm going to hold you to it.
And go Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Good Canadian boys going to win the tag titles.
Nice. You're up.
All right. The Final Four is going on right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And later on tonight, UConn is taking on Miami. I'm sure this is who you're taking as your winner.
Absolutely. Let's go Huskies, baby.
Sticking with it. You're the only UConn fans are the only people I know who accurately had one team in the Final Four.
I have them winning, so.
I'm sure there was a fan
Let's
of
go.
each school that probably put their team through. But other than that, nobody had multiple teams.
For sure. MLB opening day happened. That kind of caught me by surprise. They're like, yeah, game 1 in the books. I'm like, oh shit, didn't see that one coming. Are you locked in this year, Pich? You excited for baseball this summer?
Not locked in. Not super excited for it as usual, though they're doing this pitch count thing, which could speed up games. People seem to be into that.
Okay.
I did wear my national stuff to work on opening day.
Yeah.
I recognize it as a holiday. I pay attention for like a little bit, and then it goes to sleep. There's too much going on right now. WrestleMania, basketball, hockey, they're all coming to the playoff times. It's a good time to be a sports fan. So, yeah, baseball will pick up where they left off in a few months. Have your fun, boys.
Yeah.
Have your fun, boys of summer in the spring.
Yeah.
We'll catch you in the summer.
Yeah.
When is your time? What's your favorite Mando character this season that's not named Mando or Grogu?
The season's been a little jacked up. We've been talking about this. It's a little disjointed. I would say my favorite character is it's not Pre Vizsla. I forget what his name is. Paz Vizsla, the big guy with the gun, and he's voiced by Jon Favreau.
He was. He's not now.
He's not now?
No, check yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, I think he's my favorite. He and Mando kind of butt heads originally, and now he's like he rolls with Mando and he rolls for him. So I like that character. He's a G.
I like Grief Karga.
Oh yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I'm a Cowboys fan. I saw on social media Tony Pollard got a full leg of anime characters tattooed. I know some fans out there of anime big time. What cartoon character would you get? Actually, I kind of know the answer to this one.
Do you?
Yeah. Would you get a tattoo?
All right, what's
Pich?
your guess?
Well, I was gonna say it's probably be Snoopy or.
Okay, yeah, that's a decent guess. I don't know
Yeah.
if I would do Snoopy. I don't know if that's macho. I don't know if that's cool, but I have always really considered getting either the Decepticon logo
Okay.
from the Transformers.
That counts.
It's a dope logo. It counts. It's kind of a cartoon. I don't know if I'd
Yeah.
actually want a character
For sure.
of anything on me. Probably like a logo of something more than anything. But that's where I'm going to go on that.
Okay.
We were over at your school earlier. I was looking around, saw the facilities. They could use some work. You got any job openings? I know a guy's got some time. No?
We could definitely use you, but I don't know, sir.
All right, I can do a lot of stuff.
I'll ask around.
Okay. Just trying to find work. Anybody got work out there?
Yeah. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Who wants to give Pich employment right now?
Yeah?
All right. Well, it's been a good one. Thanks so much. 40. We said we'd try our best, right? I think we did.
Yeah.
Follow through on that.
That was your idea, but I mean, I always try
Episode
my best, so I was
42.
like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Well, we hope you like it. Oh, I was almost gonna say your line.
What?
Thanks for spending some
You're going to
time
say
with us.
thanks for coming?
No, well, I was going to, but now I'm changing it up.
The nerve.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time, everybody. Peace out.
The champ is here.